Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we talked about it on the last episode, if we were going to miss a week. I think we did.
I think we gave a fair warning. Like
there was
a
a possibility.
There's a good chance.
Okay. Well, it happened. And we're back on a Tuesday again. So we're going to talk about the book again. We did chapters. Hopefully I didn't fuck this up. That'd be awkward. 6 and 7, right?
I believe so.
Okay, 6 and 7 of Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink and Lee Babin. So if you're reading along, you got an extra week to read. So a lot more time to catch up if you were doing that. Hope you all had a good 4th of July. We can kind of, we don't really. We were kind of talking about it, but hope you had a good 4th of July. I was gone. That's why we missed last week. I was over in Michigan, fucking bossing it up. Took a mission to get there. Tell you what, we can go on another fucking airport rant because we've had a lot of those on this fucking podcast. But yeah,
bit of a process for sure.
4 cancellations, 4 cancellations, 1 missed flight, and 3 delays. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we had 4 days that was not planned.
Just flying.
Right.
Oh yeah, that is pretty long.
2 days there delayed and 2 days getting back delayed. So
God,
wasn't supposed to. Well, I got back yesterday, but I was fucking wrecked. So we're doing the pod today, Monday, but it's coming out Tuesday. So hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna go into Dilly's drink first because that's always exciting.
Yep.
When it's Dilly's drink, you know you got to be pumped.
Yep, it's a really good one.
Not because it's a good one, but it's because it's fucking who knows what.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah,
right.
It can all be
Nobody can guess what you're getting unless it looks like Prime. Then it's probably a good guess. So
this one's it's called Bay.
Bite.
Bay
is us. Yeah.
Is it Bay or
it's
Bay? Bay.
Marin would get them all the time.
Really? Well, so we got 2 kinds. We're gonna try out here.
2
today.
flavors.
2 flavors. One's antioxidant cocoa fusion. It's Molokai coconut. Molokai coconut. And this one's Brasilia blueberry.
Brasilia.
So, and they claim it says 1 gram of
I already
sugar.
know I'm gonna like the blueberry one way more.
Yeah, blueberry stuff's really good.
Yeah, but coconut.
You don't think
stuff.
you're gonna like the nut?
No, I think I'm gonna like the nut.
Coconut.
Specifically because of the color. But no, I think I like coconut flavored drinks, but coconut flavored food, get the fuck out of here. Absolutely.
Coconut flavor, yeah.
Trash.
Almond Joys are amazing.
No, trash. Trash. Worst candy
No,
ever.
shut the fuck up.
Trash.
Almond Joys,
Not it.
Trash.
so.
What were we
fucking
going to
good.
talk about? I want to make
know.
sure we talk about that first. What were we going to?
I don't like almond joys because the consistency really makes me want to just
coconut
hang myself.
consistency is fucking
No.
wow.
It's sort of shredded.
Whack.
It's like
No.
shredded.
Fucking
It's
shredded
fucking-
fingernails.
It's pure greatness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta really like it.
Pure
There's no in between. I
greatness.
feel like.
I think the flavor of coconut, that's why drinks is fine.
Yeah, I like the
It's good.
refreshing.
It's
Sometime-
refreshing.
Some cheap coconut drinks, cheap off-brand,
Not
taste
good.
like perfumey.
Yeah.
But this
That's
one's
because
probably
it's
gonna be
cheap.
really good. Yeah, probably.
But
fake.
pina colada, right? That's
Yeah.
coconut, right?
That's good. That's a liquid.
What?
Coconut's just pure greatness.
Well,
If I was my only thing on a fucking island, sure.
here's the thing.
I'll put my fucking cock through the hole. I don't
I'll
care.
eat cocked or anything. Anyway, so if you take a coconut,
Yeah.
fresh coconut off a tree,
Right.
I don't know if you guys ever had this. You scoop it out, or you can buy coconuts places. Don't have to be in
Right.
Florida or whatever.
Wherever they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scoop out the meat of the coconut. I guess they call it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's the meat of the coconut.
That would, I mean,
Male
the
meat.
terminology makes sense.
Yeah.
It's obviously not
'Cause
meat, but the meat of
The
the
meat of
coconut.
it, because it's like wood.
I see
You
that.
know.
I see
The meat
that.
of the coconut. Yeah, we all.
Yeah. I've had long time since I've had that, but that's been good. But the shredded, dried coconut,
Is literally the meat of the coconut, but in shreds.
but dry. But
So do you not like
it's-
shredded cheese?
no,
Wait,
don't do
that's-
that.
Come on now. That
I
comparison's
see what you mean.
off the fucking wazoo, you know what I mean? It's not even close.
Cheese
It's
is-
kind of the same.
It's not. The shredded
That's
is. The flavor
is-
and the texture is not.
cheese is the from the teat of a cow.
Right.
It's the Lord's teat. Maybe not exactly, but it's really good. But shredded.
Well, now we got to try the coconut one first.
Coconut.
Coconut's
Yeah, let's just try
fucking
it.
Just
bomb
all right.
diggy.
Pour the coconut first.
I'll pour like a little.
Yeah. Not little bitch. Fucking. What were we gonna talk about right when we were like, we gotta talk about that on the pod? And then
Oh,
we started.
rafting.
Rafting. We can talk about that first,
Rafting.
or we can talk about how.
Talk about the prime real quick.
Yeah. Because Dilly loves talking about Prime. Every time he gets a drink, gotta talk about Prime, even though we're not drinking Prime. We've never had Prime on the podcast, and we probably never will. At this rate. Oh, nice. All right, that's probably good.
If you leave it up to Dilly.
Oh, it's very coconutty.
We'll mix the last one.
Take a whiff of that.
Wow, that smells like.
That'll hit you. Makes me nervous.
I smelled the mic, my stupid ass.
Fucking.
That was good.
Are you disappointed?
That was really good. I really liked that.
It's good.
I rather
It's
enjoyed
good.
Are you?
I rather enjoyed that one.
I do like it, but I'm still gonna like the blueberry one more. It's
Oh,
refreshing.
wow. That's really refreshing.
That's the power of the nut.
Coconut is
I'm
good.
trying to find
What
Same color,
other
too.
coconut? Yeah, what are you? You're scrolling through it. You're pulling a Jamie right now. You're going through the deep web right now.
You know
I'm
what?
going through all of my fucking memes on
Come on.
Instagram.
Oh Jesus.
Everybody having a little moment here. Understand this. Come on. I don't know if I'm just listening. Right, watch.
Uh-oh.
Coconut.
It looks like cum. I know. Anyway.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah. Nut.
It's like if it was melted down
Cocoa.
and
I
little.
make everybody uncomfortable at work because
No.
I get the white Gatorades and I'm like, and obviously because it's Gatorade, no one ever says like, oh, it's cool berry or it's like
Right,
fucking
whatever
whatever.
the fuck it is.
It's like, oh, the blue flavor, oh, red flavor,
Yeah.
oh,
Right.
pink flavor,
It's
and
so
I'm like,
true.
so I get the white one. I'm like, oh, cum flavor. It's all
Delicious.
the
Why you
delicious cum
specifically
flavor.
go for the white
My
one?
God.
Dude, the white Gatorades are good.
They're pretty solid. Prime.
Don't they have?
I don't know if I'm gonna find this meme.
Yeah, prime. Talk about that. That's
So I don't know if you saw this mail. I didn't. I have I just saw. I think a Snapchat story headline on this shit. Okay, so that's the extent of my knowledge on this. All right.
Yep.
I do not know anything, but I think it was Barstool that posted it, so it's got to be true. So
Look it up real quick.
yeah, so we can get the terminology right. But I think the FDA is like, I don't know. I it might not be the right terminology, but I think they're putting a lawsuit against Prime for like misadvertising what they're putting in the drinks. So
Interesting.
they're saying that it has like 3 Red Bulls level of caffeine in that motherfucker.
See, so it says
Did you find the meme?
I didn't find it on Instagram. I had to go to YouTube.
Jesus
but it
Christ, you
instantly
went
popped up.
searching.
so.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we'll let mail.
Is this about
we'll continue
coconuts?
this in a minute.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Oh no, dude. Everyone prepare yourselves.
Click off
here.
now if you're easily... no, just
Watch
buckle
out,
up.
For some
microphone.
coconut milk.
Yeah, I'd love some.
Yeah, suck my nuts dry, girl. Yeah, suck the milk right out my nuts. What are you looking at? You done it too. You've all sucked these nuts. Coconut tree wins at
I'm
life.
so sorry.
Coconut drink wins at life.
I'm so sorry.
Dude,
everybody.
Robot Chicken is elite.
It is
Oh,
elite.
I've heard
It
that,
is
yeah.
elite.
That is so
God,
good.
that's funny. Though.
Fuck.
Coconut tree wins at life.
That's
So-
all right. That's the title right there.
That's amazing.
That's the title. Write that down.
You've
So-
all done it.
Continuing on,
Holy crap.
not to brush that under the rug. That's
Did
not
you
what I'm doing,
look-
'cause
did
that
you
was
look
very
it up?
funny. Yes, but I looked it up.
Okay.
I'm pumped. I do want to talk about this too.
I'll
but-
take a sip of coconut.
All I know is I can buy 12 packs or 24 packs of Prime at Costco now.
Okay.
Oh dang.
And yeah, I thought about doing it just for Dilly so that way I can throw it at his head.
Well, that's not nice.
He had the ice pop flavor. I don't.
That's good.
Fucking delicious.
So
All right.
here's the thing. Before I talk about this,
Okay.
when I tried Prime, there's not a lot. This sounds so weird, but I don't really buy a lot of different drinks. I just get.
Are we going to try the other
Yes,
one?
you do.
Yeah. Well, I buy every now and then.
Every
buy
time
one.
you go to the fucking store, you buy like 4 different random ass drinks.
random, but that's it. But
Random.
I don't get
Proof
packs.
of-
I
Yeah,
usually
you
Proof
don't get
of this,
Yeah.
your drinks on the podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
But
But
think of every drink he has had on this
I buy
podcast.
like,
He buys like 4 random ones from the store and fucking makes them last a week.
I try. Yeah. But I try them
Doesn't
out.
make it-
Every single one of his drinks on the podcast is just, what is the least popular option in this aisle?
Honestly, and that's exactly what he goes for every time he's at the grocery store.
It's true. I try
Not just for the
different
pod,
stuff.
just in general when he's going grocery shopping. I've never known a person. I don't know. There's no way you do this. When you grab a drink out of the fridge, your intent's to drink the drink, right?
Oh, the
This
whole
is
thing.
correct. Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Like it in full, right?
Yes, this is correct.
I've never seen this motherfucker will drink like a quarter of it, and it's the only thing he will fucking save. Food's got no chance.
Food's
no
gone.
chance.
But-
whole thing of guac gone. Hour, not
But
a chance.
the drinks-
drink. No, that puppy's
You're-
the whole
You're
week.
literally you're a terrorist. Yeah, you're a terrorist because now
go to
you're-
the fucking-
dude, you're it's spillable now.
right.
It's spillable. You are leaving.
Most of them are
You're
screw
leaving
tops.
IEDs in a fucking
IEDs.
in a refrigerator.
Yeah, it's a bit dangerous in there.
No, like
You're a terrorist.
we're talking bottles. Sealed. Is there talking?
No, not all the time. Not all the time. There's cans.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
this
Does
is
happen.
cans.
see this is
Yeah.
why you're a terrorist. So, terrorists will sometimes put trash everywhere in the road.
Yeah.
True.
So that way you can't tell which trash is going to be the bomb.
Yeah, that's amazing.
He
You're
doesn't
a
have
terrorist.
soda.
It's
He
crazy.
doesn't have sodas very often, so I'll give him a soda. He'll drink fucking 10 sips of it, fucking crack out, and fucking jitters.
Well, I need.
is dangerous.
I'll tell you why, like-
Exactly as
Oh, I can
This
feel that.
Well, it's because they're really okay.
I'm really sensitive.
I would chug, like I try to limit myself. That's the only way I could, biggest thing right there. The only way I could describe it.
You
is I
need
have
to
limit
not.
myself.
You need to stop doing that. You
Yes.
need to start expanding yourself.
No,
Yes,
you
you
guys
do.
would not. I
You
can't
need-
afford that.
No,
there's.
having one soda at
I
one
wouldn't have-
time.
Then sell a car.
I wouldn't. I know. I'm trying. I wouldn't have. The problem is if I buy a pack of anything, they're gone. Like I would just down. Like you have no idea how bad I just want to chug this, get 4 more, and just keep going. But that's not healthy. That's
Do
not
it.
good. I'm not gonna do it because there's a
Do
lot of
it.
caffeine. Actually, that probably kill
Do
me.
it.
But
much
Do
no, but
it.
let's try it. Let's try this.
Do
and I'm like,
it.
it says I'm not gonna do
I gotta
it, but
finish mine.
it says 55 milligrams of caffeine per bottle, like a cup of green tea. I like how they go, like a cup of green tea. They're like, but I don't know how much. It's not that much. I don't think.
I think I think it was either. I think it might have been 2,000 milligrams of caffeine in the prime or something.
Okay,
like
let's talk about this prime.
that. Okay, well, fill that up.
Okay,
let's
let's
try
fill this
that.
up.
Then
Sorry,
we'll get the prime. Jesus, thank God you put the mic away.
Gesundheit, you fucking nasty bitch.
Fucking, I haven't drank in a long time, alcohol wise.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 4th of July trip on the lake and shit. Drank a lot.
I was feeling not proud of myself
For
with
what?
how well I was handling myself at the barbecue
Yeah,
the day
you did
before July.
Oh, really?
Let's try this.
The girls were drinking beatboxes, so they were blitzed.
Oh,
and you
jeez.
can't blame them for that.
This
They
one's got a
set
sharp
themselves up
set
to
to
be
it.
blitzed.
They are insane.
And then the dudes were drinking some stuff, and then throwback long time ago for the podcast, the Ida Peach wine.
Oh, classic.
They have another.
Peach tits.
Yep. Wonderful. Still want to go to the winery and get a hoodie with peach tits.
Oh, nice.
A white peach tits hoodie would be so cool.
That,
Very
that
cool.
would be fucking awesome.
That would go so hard.
That would go hard.
Um,
Had a fucking like on the water or something.
Yeah.
Wearing that,
Dude.
or anywhere. Honestly,
dude, just chilling on Bogus with peach tits hoodie.
that would be great.
So good. But they also have a rosé, a pink unicorn rosé, and I was like, well, peach tits is great, so I got to try the rosé.
Rose
and now
tits.
they have a pink peach tits, which I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have to try that also. Maybe a future podcast.
Oh,
Maybe. But not my next drink because I already bought my next drink.
you're already prepared.
Because that's how I do it.
Smart.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dilly can never.
Yeah, but dude,
Yeah, we'll
at that barbecue, because I always save my caps, so that way I know how fucked up I get, and also I like saving
Fuck,
my
That's
caps.
smart.
That is
dude.
smart.
Uh,
What do you do with cans though?
Huh?
Oh, the little like
the tabs.
the tabs.
Yeah,
That's the
and then I
smartest
can.
shit I've ever
I
heard.
also have an ammo can, so I toss them all in there, and then one day I'm gonna think of something to do with all these tabs.
That's
and
why you got a
caps.
good score on the ASVAB test.
I'm sure they would love to know. that.
Yeah,
That's why.
so I
That
can.
trick.
Yeah, so the next day I can accurately be like, I was this fucked up.
Right.
I had half a bottle of wine and
Okay.
8 beers.
Yeah, that's a good amount of alcohol.
Whoa, that's a lot.
I did not feel lickety split.
What
Yeah,
do you
you're-
think about that?
Yeah, no, you were fine. I think
You were
you were having
there.
fun. Yeah, I really didn't know you had that much.
And you were sober as a whistle.
Yeah, I was sober as whistle. Yeah, but everyone else was pretty fucked, but you were fine.
Yeah,
You
I
were
was.
cruising.
Yeah, I was lickety clean.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Because I think the most I drank was on 4th of July, and it was at least 8 beers. Might have been 10. but at least 8. I had at least a 6-pack, 7 beers on the lake. Who knows how many
Well,
after.
drinking
The
on a
sunlight,
lake
too.
hits different.
Oh,
I
does
was
it
gonna
ever?
say the
Dude,
sun, right?
Yeah, the reflection onto the water and the feeling. The one time I remember the fastest I ever got fucked up was we were having beer on the ship while I was on deployment,
Ooh.
and they had it razzed in, so they had it shipped in like 4 pallets of beer.
Jesus.
Everyone was
Oh,
allowed to
man.
have 2 18-ounce beers, so 2
Oh,
talls
nice.
or like mid-size.
That'll give me fuck.
Mid-size.
Right.
And like they had like Budweiser, Coors Light, this, that, the other thing, blah blah blah. So Yinglings. So I had one. I had my second one, and then there was a dude that somehow after 8 months he was like, I don't need it.
Wow.
So I took his.
Yeah,
I took his
it.
beers.
Both of his beers.
One of his beers,
Okay.
and then my other buddy took his other beer.
Okay.
So I had 3 beers in the matter of an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. In the water?
Yeah, on giant USS New York. So
Right, love it.
giant fucking ship. It's not like I was on like a tiny little rickety
Pontoon.
pontoon where every
Yeah.
single little wave still sloshes it. It's like, nah, you don't really feel too much waves.
You're just on a building.
I was fucking shit rocked.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's crazy. Probably after not drinking for a while.
yeah, true.
So that probably had something to do with it.
That's
Yeah,
so
very
sick,
true.
though.
But
to be-
same with me too. I haven't drank in a long time, and then I had, it was crazy. We got there like the 3rd. I drank probably like a couple shots and like 2 beers, something like that.
Nice.
Didn't get fucked. Maybe caught a slight buzz at the most. But I was so no, we were there. Yeah, no, July 2nd night. That's what it was. And
you
then
like
July
it, Dilly?
3rd. I'm not.
We'll
But
talk
I
about
don't want to get into it too much, but
Yeah,
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I like the coconut one more. So,
Coconut tree.
it. Yeah.
coconut tree wins at life.
Get a shirt that says that.
Both of
Seriously.
them are very good.
No, this one is pretty good too.
That's good. But the
I'm gonna have to try them together.
Yeah, I was about to just mix them. Yep.
So,
Yeah, in a minute.
so
Figure it out.
so I drank those like 4 drinks, right?
Yep.
And then July 3rd, I woke up hung over as fuck just off of 4 drinks.
Oh man.
So,
yeah.
you know, obviously we had a couple days of travel and it was fucked up and not a lot of sleep and
Also thoroughly shocked. I wasn't hungover after all my beers and wine.
That's insane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
that's
like-
insane.
Like I was like
big
a little,
tolerance guy.
but I was like a little
Right. Not 100.
and whatnot. A lady was feeling a little bit too, so I was a
Yeah, she had
kind
a
man, and I went to Winco and I got the essentials, the
Nice.
go-tos for curing a hangover: Pedialyte, pickles, Tabasco sauce.
All at once.
Nice.
You have some breakfast, some scrambled eggs with an
Tabasco.
endless amount of Tabasco sauce. Really works you up.
Swimming in it.
Yeah.
Works you good.
Shoot your poop shoot.
Pickle juice,
Maybe 1 beer.
pickle
But-
juice, Nature's Gatorade,
Yeah.
Pedialyte, just skim it all over on the top so that way
That's
you
interesting.
know you're all encompassed.
That's
so,
good.
So
Any one of those things can help, but all 3, you're fucking
True.
clean as a whistle
Got
in 2
electrolytes
hours.
and all sorts of
never
stuff.
drank Pedialyte
Yeah.
too much, but it's obviously legendary for that. So
It's cool.
I was massively hungover off like no drinks.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't drink the 3rd. The 4th went hard, of course.
Of course. Got to
Um,
for America.
Yep, and Minnie. So no, Minnie's birthday, but sorry.
Oh,
Minnie.
yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about your birthday. It's America's birthday. So, but I was super hungover. But then I had like 8 to 10 beers and like 4 or 5 shots on 4th of July. Definitely crushed.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
So I had a good time, but I wasn't that hungover. Crazy. I just
Yeah.
got it out on the day before.
You had to get it out of your system.
Exactly. So it was crazy. I don't know.
God.
It worked out though because we fucking went nuts on the 4th, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what matters. So,
Like,
okay, let's finish
Wow.
with the drinks
it's very
because we're fucking.
Both of them
we
are
got-
very good. I don't know. I feel like the blueberry is better for like when I just like want to drink that's not water.
Yeah.
The coconut's better
Tastes
for
like
when
a-
I feel like I need the hydration.
It almost tastes like a
Exactly.
non-alcoholic wine.
It
Yeah.
does. It's interesting. The coconut was very refreshing. Yeah, that's like if I'm thirsty, that was a good hit.
Yeah, this one's getting better now that
Yeah.
I'm drinking a little more.
A little zappy, but yeah, let's mix a little bit of them.
I wouldn't go as far as zappy, but you know.
No,
got
not zappy.
Not zappy,
Sorry,
but
I'm using
Definitely
that
not
word a little
zappy.
loosely.
A little
Yeah.
tart.
No
It's getting more
zap.
flavor that's not whack.
Yeah.
So you could go ahead and mix them and shit.
All
Did
right.
you look up before you do that? I could do that, honestly. If you want to look at that fucking lawsuit thing or whatever, did you find something on that?
Oh yeah, you want to talk about
Yeah, you
primes?
can- you wanna
Prime.
mix it up.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was gonna say when I tried Prime for the first time, I remember, and I still talk to Tanner about this. I'm like, I tried it, and there's some sweetener that I use, and it could. I don't know if caffeine itself has flavor. I mean, I don't know, but no, but there's something about that drink that it. I mean, it like hits you. It really wraps.
I don't like that
It's a
color.
weird color. It really coats your mouth, and it's like, dang, it's addicting. You're like, whoa.
Yeah,
the type
like
of sugar.
McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, man, there's something about this drink. Well, so I'm going to pull up this article. It says, FDA asked to investigate caffeine content.
Investigate. That's what.
Investigate. That's the word you're.
That's the one I was looking for this whole fucking. Not lawsuit.
That's all right.
Investigate.
Okay, investigate. So, should we buy a bunch of Prime now
Before
and
it's
upsell it
before it's taken off
before
the
it's
shelves.
taken off the shelf? Because what? Well,
Or
there's
like
probably
6 packs from Costco, six
Or-
24
and just
packs from Costco.
Make sure to keep one case and never touch it for like 50 years.
yeah, like,
that'd be insane.
just like Billy
That'd be-
Beer.
Actually, I think
The ice pop one would go so hard 50 years from now.
I think
People would see that and be like, "That's a fucking relic."
Dude, just like yeah, like
yeah.
yeah, like Pepsi Crystal.
Right.
Oh, it's
Yes,
already-
the OG fucking what?
It's already banned in the UK.
Damn, the UK.
Yeah, that's
we're
where it
buying
started, didn't it?
Well,
bu-
one of
well,
the two.
I'm
countries.
buying a case.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to buy it. Yeah. Because if anything, they're going to lower the caffeine content like crazy. If they
Yeah.
completely stop the whole drink,
That's
holy
funny
fuck.
that it's banned in the UK and that's KSI.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
And it's like the official sponsor of Arsenal and Real Madrid
Right.
and the UFC.
UFC. I was gonna say. Yeah.
That's
I'm going to
funny.
look up how much caffeine. in
Barcelona too. I think.
Prime. How much?
Oh yeah,
Or
why-
is it Barcelona, not Real Madrid?
yeah, I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's fucking insane.
It has
What?
200 milligrams.
200 milligrams. Yeah. Not
Yeah.
too
How much? That doesn't mean anything. How much is in a fucking cup of coffee?
Coffee. Oh, the equivalent of more than 2 cups of coffee. All right.
Okay, then why you,
Um,
you were like talking like it was 2.5 liters
Whoa,
of caffeine?
But 6 Coca-Cola cans or 2.5 cans of Red Bull. 200. That's a lot.
That's a
200.
lot.
That's a lot.
That's
I mean,
a lot.
dang, no wonder. I would drink it and I'd be like, damn, this shit's good. I feel so good. I remember
He
I would,
never has He never has caffeine.
so it's
Yeah.
basically like a good pre-workout.
yeah, well, I would
Essentially.
go work out or run or something. I remember drinking and going, God, I just feel so rejuvenated. I didn't know it had that much caffeine. It just says on the bottle, it just says contains caffeine. It doesn't say how much. And so I just, you assume it's regulated. But I mean,
Logan Paul. Every time there's a Logan Paul thing,
Seriously, that dude's bad news,
he
brother.
just has to
not an
push
energy
the
drink.
envelope a little bit more.
He's just always taking it one step too far.
Do you see he got engaged?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. It was on the For
Taking
You.
it
I
one
don't know
step too
why.
far.
That was the first ever Logan Paul tweet I've ever seen in my life. It was on my For You page, and I don't know why it was on there,
Interesting.
but it was there. And then it was like right underneath it, he like posted. He was like, "My fiance's Twitter account got banned 2.5 years ago. Elon Musk, please help." And Elon responded, "It's like should be fixed now." It's like,
Wow.
why did like? I guess good, but also like, why did you associate that with your proposal? We're proposed. Give me to my Twitter back.
I guess that was the deal for her to say yes. Use his clout to get on
I don't
fucking
know.
banned.
So rafting.
So rafting. First, did you try that drink? Try it.
Oh, let me try it.
I
Let's
didn't
see
like
what
it
it's
at all.
like.
Not good. Not good.
That
was not a good
yep,
idea.
that's the worst.
Yeah, that was the worst.
I don't know. Wait.
It kind of like eliminates a lot of each flavor almost.
It's really weird.
It is
I
weird.
can't.
Both of them are like overpowering each other.
It just tastes like sugar water.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's bad.
Coconut wins.
Yeah.
Coconut tree
wins at life.
wins at life.
You've all
Amazing.
done it.
We've had so many fucking.
suck my nuts.
We're just gonna have fucking male memes to start every podcast episode now. Which one did you have like 2 episodes ago? It was the
It was the
Jungle Book.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
What was that one? What's it called? Like the original song?
Just the bare necessities.
That's what it is. What's it called? Like fucking
Rules with big booties.
big booty necessities, something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
like
Big
big
cock.
Booty necessity. Yeah, something like that.
Just the ones with double D's.
Yeah.
Classic. So you've never gone rafting?
Whitewater?
No.
You
No.
never done some white?
No whitewater rafting. I've been canoeing.
Well, that's not what we asked.
Seems
That's,
pretty bland, just like you.
Hey, well, that's not
got 'em.
That's not very nice. But
Would you ever go whitewater rafting?
Probably not. I don't know.
You see, you
It's
say it's
how-
not nice, and then you validate exactly what I said.
How I've always I mean, I'm not a big water guy, you know, except for drinking water. I drink water, but I don't like to be in it that much. So it's a
Big landlocked
you know
guy.
big. I'm a big land. I'm a big dirt guy. Big pavement.
What are you
Don't
laughing
think
at?
it's something messed
My
up.
brain just—it's so messed up.
What is it? Some inappropriate.
My brain just works in memes.
Yeah, you got
I know what
fucking
he's
just
Well, no, this is
catalog of memes.
Yeah.
well, this
scrolling
one's
through on a
Dilly's.
fucking repeater.
This one's Dilly's fault. I think this is a Dilly meme.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you know that stupid? Well, I can't say stupid, but the one dude, he's a memer guy, and just a living meme, and he has that like physical deformity or like disability or whatever. So he like
walking on glass right now.
like the only the I know I'm trying. My
He's
best.
trying his best.
Is it that long neck guy?
No,
Oh.
you remember that meme where it was a dude that fucked the backside of the Starbucks logo?
Oh Jesus! Oh, I think it's the guy you're talking about. No, not the long neck guy, but the one you always sent me.
Yeah.
The one you always sent me.
Oh man.
You
which
know,
one?
you know which
haven't-
one it is. You know the guy. I forget his name. You always send him to me.
Oh, what's
He
it?
always makes fun of shit, and he's actually really
Yeah.
funny. Like he's actually like a comedian,
Yeah.
Oh,
and he's got mad disabilities.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious. He's really
He's got
talented.
disability?
Honestly, he's the one. He's got glasses.
Oh yeah, Ricky. Ricky, yeah, fuck yeah, Ricky.
Yeah, see the glasses is what's
Yeah,
got
oh,
you
Ricky's
for some
hilarious.
reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
What
find
about
it?
him? Yeah,
I'm
he's so funny, and he can get away with anything. Because what are you gonna do? Comment, hey, that's messed up. Like, blah blah.
Uh-huh.
No,
Fuck
'cause
you,
then-
retard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
you're
that's
not
the
gonna
thing.
say that.
Like,
yeah,
no one's gonna.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so
that
funny.
guy. That
Yeah. So there's a video of him getting
Shout out,
tossed
Ricky.
into a pool and then just squirming and.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh God, dude.
That's
I
Dilly.
think that's.
He said some. He's
Water.
Getting back to it, that took way too long.
That did.
he's literally put on his Instagram 9/11 memes, and I'm like, whoa. But what are you gonna do? Hey,
Right.
you can't do that. Well,
Yeah,
he's
Dilly
got the
loves
pass.
it.
He's
Yeah, Dilly loves Ricky.
dude. He's funny
But
guy.
yeah, there was one video of him getting tossed into a pool by his buddies, and
Oh,
he's
no.
like, just like, "Rah!" and fucking freaking
So
out in the
essentially,
pool.
long story
so-
short,
long
that's
story-
the reason why you haven't gone whitewater rafting.
Yeah, that's when Dilly said, "I'm not a big water guy."
That's what you
what
thought
I
of?
instantly recognized
Right.
as. Like it's like him and Ricky, one of the same.
So
God.
Dilly, you don't have to say anymore. We finished that for you.
Well,
You've gone whitewater rafting a
Couple of times, yeah.
couple of times myself. Mm-hmm. Why is it not plugged in? Oh, can you plug that block in?
the laptop's like, hey, we're low on power.
It was plugged in.
I need the juice.
There we go.
The juice.
All right,
The juice is loose.
She's
Because
good now.
I've heard whitewater rafting. I mean, it's probably fun, but I've heard
Absolutely
it's
spooktacular.
a little dangerous. So
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Well, yeah.
oh shit. Well, I just don't do
you go
water.
off like cliffs and shit, waterfalls and stuff.
It'd be awesome. It would
Yeah.
be. I
I went
A lot of
Payette.
people-
I
a lot
did
of
the
people
Payette
died,
River
but
here.
they're
Yeah.
smart.
The Payette River here. That was pretty fun. Did that with a lady.
Okay.
Good, nice.
That
What-
was pretty
tell me
fun.
about
That was pretty lit.
Which other one have you done?
I've done South Platte River. South Platte River,
That's some
Where's
good.
that?
Colorado.
Colorado.
Well, I know like where at and like
It runs like-
specifically.
Doesn't run like all through the.
I can't exactly remember which.
But it
one of
has-
the mountains.
Honestly, I went to the Royal Gorge. That's the
Oh damn.
That's
Oh,
a
yeah,
good
that's
one.
a legit one.
That's a legit one. Like it
that
seems like
one's intense.
every single person that grew up in Colorado either their parents or one family that has a photo of the parents before kids or something in the raft
Yeah.
at the Royal
yeah.
Gorge.
There's a
With the
there's a
photo,
photo of my
yeah.
dad like waist deep, just his legs sticking out.
Yep.
And
There you go.
his buddies grabbing him by his fucking jock strap, pulling him up,
God.
trying to
shit,
fucking
that's so
save him. My
funny.
dad's getting fucking waterboarded, fucking. But it's all part
so
of the
good.
experience. So, no, it's really fun. But the Royal Gorge is like insane. When the
Yeah,
water,
that's a tough one.
when the water's high, it's literally like ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like a little too much. Like literally waterfalls you're jumping out.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's scary.
South Platte, there was like a couple where it was like, oh wow, like our raft is damn near vertical. And
Yeah,
like they talk about it, they're like, oh, this is totally fine. This is class whatever raft,
Yeah.
which means that we can actually technically handle
Do like a
12-foot
backflip in it.
seas
Yeah.
in the middle of the ocean. We can handle 12-foot seas. And it's like, well, 12-foot seas, I mean,
Well,
we're in the river.
What about
and-
rocks?
We're in the river of Colorado, so surely it's not going to be that bad. And then you're like, oh my God, it's bad.
well, what's crazy is there's like fucking boulders. What Dilly was saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the rocks.
That's why
That's where I've heard people.
You
almost
wear
the
a
ocean.
helmet.
The ocean is way better
Yeah.
because of that reason.
Yeah,
You
but there's
stand-
sharks.
True.
I'd rather get hit by a rock than eaten by a shark, though. No doubt.
Yeah, fact.
Yeah, probably
I
same.
don't know, it could
I
be a
think so.
debate, but
Yeah.
I think that's a
don't-
good. I think that's a good decision.
Yeah,
Although you'd be saying, everybody would be saying you got taken out by a rock.
yeah, that
Took it
would
out.
suck.
But yes, white raw rafting. It's definitely you gotta know what you're doing. They
Yeah.
definitely don't just throw you out there. They educate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you're very.
They choose a part of the river where it's like it kind of progressively gets harder, so that way it's like they kind of throw you to the wolves per se, but at least they like
And there's levels. At
Yeah.
least the one I did. There's the regular one, and then there's like 10,000 fucking times.
like the
it-
black diamonds.
There's literally it's called extreme whitewater rafting. Is what it's
Yeah.
called.
See, the only thing that freaks me out, like with water like that, because if you're on land or something, like I don't know, like I used to dirt bike. I know it's not nearly the same thing, but you fall and you're like, ah, shit. Okay, everything's stopped. All right, you're like,
Right.
stand up.
You're
Water,
the only thing moving.
yeah, water's like, I'm still going. It's up to you to figure it out.
Yeah, it never.
Like,
it don't stop for
you're like,
nobody.
whoa, like that's
That
the
shit
freaky
don't stop
part.
for no but.
yeah,
so-
you have to be like Popeye and
Wait.
grab a can of man and just
And
Deal
how
with it.
It would be
most
fun.
people get injured or die in like water rafting.
Probably
is-
weak. They can't hold on.
Well,
they fight
It's-
against the river.
that, but they get stuck in the rocks.
Oh, and then
So you can't
flowing.
You can't stand up. Never stand up in the river.
Yep.
Never stand up
'cause
Never
you'll
stand
fall?
up. Well,
Yeah.
no, your feet. If
Yeah,
your,
they
your
tr-
foot can get stuck in the rocks.
Yeah, they train you to like have your
And then the
feet
water just
point
plows
down
over you.
river, and so that way you can kind of just dance, like tap
Wait,
the
so
rocks as they come towards you.
Wait, so
They want you to float as much as possible.
do your legs hang outside of this raft? or
No,
what
like
is this?
when you get tossed out of the raft.
if you
Oh.
fall out.
And there's always parts. Every single raft, except for probably the super extreme one, there's like a part where they're like, all right, we're going to be pretty calm for the next like half a mile of river. So if you want to hop out and float in the water, go right ahead. And
So if
Or
you
practice picking each other out or like getting each other
Whoa,
in.
that's cool though.
Yeah.
So that's very cool that they teach you and everything. So if you stand up, there's a chance, or probably a big chance.
No, it's not a big chance. But if you're in a bad area of the rapid and your fucking foot gets fucking locked in by a couple boulders,
you ain't coming out.
you ain't getting out.
Nobody's
Yeah.
helping you out.
I mean, yeah, they just teach you
Yeah.
everything. Like there's these big tubes in the center of the raft because you don't sit in the center of the raft like on a seat. You sit on the edge.
On the big part on
But
the edge.
That,
in
dude.
those tubes,
Fuck all that noise.
but in the tubes, so they're like, hey, so when we were getting off the bus and we were like telling you how to float down the river if you come out so you don't get stuck on a rock. Okay, now act like the center of a raft is a rock and get your foot stuck.
Whoa.
And you just kind of wedge your foot in between like the bottom of the raft and the tube that's in the center like a rock so that way you don't get flung out.
Right.
Gives me
But
an
still, you
anxious
hit
thing
some
about
in the extreme one. There was a part where it's like at the end of like, it's like more where like, it's not in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's like where people are on the side fucking partying and shit, so they could like watch you. And there's like the regular people, the regular course. It's where the regular course and the extreme one kind of meet up.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it's been a long time. But the regular one goes on like the, fucking flat, nothing, just coasting, right? Lazy river type.
it. Yeah. Yep.
And then there's the other half of the fucking rapid that's fucking ridiculous. And there's like a fucking huge drop. they're like, we're going left. It's extreme. We're going extreme. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
God.
I remember.
So my fucking testicles. will
Don't
go
you
upside
love
me,
it
dude.
when the few times when
Oh,
they're
man.
like, all right, we have an option group, medium
yeah.
or extreme, and everyone goes extreme, and you didn't say anything because you just kind of want to be like,
You don't want to be the one guy
I
that
kind
says,
of feel like medium's a good idea, but I guess
Yeah.
we're fucked now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like no
So,
going back.
right, you
I
can't
bet
say
it's
no.
insane,
You can't say I don't want the extreme, especially after multiple people said extreme.
So I
But-
think I was on a raft where, I think if I remember, if I remember correctly, the people that have to row the hardest are the ones in the back, I think.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, because the people in the back, I think those are the people that kind of control the direction.
Right.
Everyone else just controls the speed.
Right, just
but the
going
people
forward.
in the back control where you go.
Right. I think everybody definitely is working on direction.
Yeah,
But
but the back has the most
most,
control over direction.
So,
Fuck all that, dude.
What?
oh, that's just normal.
Oh yeah, I have a photo of that like that on the Payette River.
So,
Insane.
I remember we're going fucking at this fucking like dip. They're like, it's just a little dip. Yeah, no, ain't no dip. That bitch a waterfall. We fucking. He's like, all right. So what's gonna happen is if we hit it right and like we have the top right in, we have the top bow in, dive in first. If it dives in first, makes contact with the bottom of the dip, we're gonna launch up, shoot up with the top right going up. We're gonna catch about 10 feet
Oh,
air and
damn,
land on
dude.
top of the water.
Nah.
And I'm like, oh fuck. So you're fucking shitting bricks, right? Because he's
Yeah.
like, if we don't hit it right,
We're
fucking,
stuck.
We're
We're going ass over tea kettle.
yeah, we're going fucking barrel rolling, and it's every man for themselves. And we're like, oh fuck. So
God.
you know, fucking raft guys, they're fucking
Yeah.
just high off their fucking
Dude,
ass, just
they are
fucking,
the most hilarious,
Yes.
like fucking. What's up, bro?
fucking classic Colorado fucking hippie dudes.
I fucking love
Amazing.
them.
No, they're great, and they really know what they're doing. So, but it's how they say shit is really funny, especially when you're in an intense moment.
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
just so casual about
Right.
like, yeah, there's a pretty good chance we're gonna have some serious injuries in this
right.
next time.
yeah,
You're like,
exactly. But we'll get through it. Listen to this.
All
So
right, yeah, I'm listening.
I'm in the back. So I remember I was like one of the two guys in the back,
How old are you? Think?
like 16 probably.
Yeah.
17 maybe.
Yep.
Just enough where I was like,
You knew what was
I
happening.
could be in the back. Just,
Yeah.
got to that point. And we hit it, and we hit it perfect. It was like, thank God, right? But
man.
hitting it perfect is still scary as fuck,
So you
right?
look straight.
All I remember is like instantly we hit it, and the fucking whole thing just goes straight down.
Oh,
I'm literally just
God.
looking straight at everybody else, looking straight down.
Under the water.
But it was so fast. We dropped so fast because the water's pushing. It just like forces you
Oh
down
yeah,
so
I could
bad.
I could see that. Yeah.
And then it's the trippiest thing because you're fucking like this, right? I'm just fucking straight up parallel looking down
Oh,
at people,
God.
and then about like fucking 5 feet away from my face, a wall of water is just like going up because the water's just
Oh,
jumping
yeah.
like that. So it's just water like this, and then all of a sudden it's just boom, and then we're just launching straight up in the fucking air, and we just fucking come
Crash
out,
down.
and all the people on the side are like, oh yes, because we hit it fucking perfect. Because
Oh, that's amazing.
they definitely have like emergency crew for most of those people. So,
Oh, I bet.
and we all
That's
landed inside the
amazing,
fucking raft, and it was ridiculous. So
That is amazing. Wow.
it's pretty intense, pretty
No,
cool.
Yeah,
That's
It's
very
fun, but yes, it definitely dangerous. You gotta
yeah.
really know
But
what
the
you're
floating's good.
Mhm.
And then the people on the side are dope. When I was on the Platte River, there were people grilling and having fun. I'm sure they were probably raft guides for this like rafting thing
Probably.
that were just on their off day or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
probably.
that, and they just party. Because also, we're talking to the Payette River people. They were like, "Yeah, we all just camp at this one campsite, and then like randomly, like a couple of us will have a day off and this and that. But we all just camp and we don't shower for 4.5 months while we do this during the season,
It's the
and
most
we just
Colorado
camp
thing I've
and
ever
yeah,
heard.
we just shower. Well, it's
doing. It was here.
Idaho,
Oh, Idaho thing.
but hippie.
Oh, yeah.
Similar shit.
But in the Platte River, on one of the banks where it was like a sandy bank and whatnot, where it was like one of the sort of calmer areas where they were like, yeah, you can hop out if you'd like, and this and that. They were grilling, and also why I think they were raft guides. The chick that was our raft guide knew them and was like, hey, toss me some shit, like toss me a Coke or something, like a soda or whatever.
Right.
So they start throwing sodas at us. And we're like hopping out trying to get a soda that's bobbing in the water like a buoy, and like this
Yeah.
and that. And then I see this dude start chucking meat, off the grill.
heck,
He
dude?
starts chucking
Like
meat.
cooked meat?
Yeah, and we're like,
Legend.
fuck yeah! And
Burgers. and
someone snatches a burger, starts eating it, and they're like, this is great. And I was like, oh, fuck, I want some. I see this fucking prime slice of bacon go through the air, someone else grab it, and I'm like, I need that. See another thing, and he's like, I got you, dude. See
love
another
that.
one, instantly splashes into the water. But like a wave pops up, splashes us. I look down right next to my foot.
It's the bacon.
Floating in the water is the bacon. And I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This is a bet.
Just
I ate
washed
that
it
bacon
off.
1,000%. That fucking
Oh,
Platte
man.
River soaked bacon, best bacon of my life.
That was God's
So-
bacon, baby.
Dude, such good bacon. I was eating it in the raft and I was like, how the fuck did this bacon taste good? It's good.
That's
I want to go
amazing.
back and ask him where he got this bacon because I need this bacon in my fucking life.
People
Yeah.
like that are awesome too. The guy was chucking the meat.
That's
Yeah.
such
Oh
a
my god.
that's such a funny
So
thing to
cool.
do.
Like,
It's like
How
fucking
free would you feel? Dude,
Krabby
fuck it.
Patty.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
when they would throw all the fucking mixings for a Krabby Patty, and it's like boom, 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 and it like
Yeah, it
fucking all
stacks up.
stacks up and correct as a burger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
God,
yeah.
it was so great.
That's pretty funny. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to go.
Yeah, no. But whitewater rafting.
It's not that crazy. Like the photo you pulled up where you like are engulfed in water. It's one of those things where it's like it's not like you're engulfed for 30 seconds like a giant wave in the ocean. You're engulfed for 20 milliseconds.
Yeah,
Well,
so fast.
Yeah,
Here's
it's
the
like
thing.
splash. Oh, I'm back in
I-
the air.
I don't even like this river. So, I think I would.
Somebody did die in it this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, already. Yeah,
Well, yeah, but that's probably suicide.
Yeah.
it's a good.
Probably
Chance.
did it on purpose.
There's a lot of sad boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
Why would they-
kayaking, but
Sad
Oh,
boy
yeah.
summer.
We don't.
Sad boy summer.
Yeah, it sucks.
it was sad.
But yeah, I think it'd be fun. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
No,
No.
Lame.
I mean, honestly, unless I was dating some chick and she's like, "Hey," you
The
gotta
way
ride
I
on this
see it
ride."
is if
Fuck,
they're-
the
dude.
girl's gonna make you do everything.
Yeah, honestly, that's the only way I'm doing it. Because I'll be like,
the way I see it is if only
All right.
one business
You wanna
does
go
it,
cage sharking.
if only one business does it, it's too dangerous to do. But if there are multiple businesses doing this,
yeah,
Across the entire country,
1,000% all right.
yeah.
it's
There's tons of
Yeah.
businesses that do whitewater rafting.
I do believe it.
So then
Injuries-
it's completely fine.
yeah. Injuries and casualties are very rare.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah, it's
believe
not
it.
like we're
But-
saying, hey, let's go to Titanic.
it's a big deal because it's casualties, but it's because it's
Ocean
a
Gate.
really fucked up way to go. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like it's one of the worst ways to go.
Oh,
That might
Drowning?
be yeah,
yeah.
I've heard that drowning is the worst and then instantly becomes the best.
really.
Yeah, because
That's
of,
so
Yeah, I've heard of it.
yeah, because like burning, you don't come to terms with it or something like that, or
one,
like
it's gotta be worse.
yeah. But drowning,
Guess you just pass
apparently,
out.
for the people that have come back from drowning, yeah, like you're like freaking out, and eventually, like your brain just eventually realizes what's going to happen and forces you to come to terms with it,
Jeez.
and then you pass
Yeah.
out.
Well, I think
heard.
just thinking about having your feet stuck and just being
Oh,
pushed
dude.
down into the
Yeah.
water is
Well,
terrifying.
I think what would freak me out is the silence. Like you'd be like,
Damn.
and then you're just like,
that's
that's the
You
scariest.
don't
Jesus.
You,
Yeah,
I don't
You're
think
like,
you really.
you don't.
It's like,
hear-
damn, like you can't do
Have you
anything. You're
ever been in a pool, dude? There's not silence under the water. You still hear the water moving and stuff.
just- well, yeah, but you
Especially
can't
in a
like,
fucking rapid.
Yeah.
but you can't
It's
be
an
like,
earthquake.
you can't be like, help. It's just like, damn, this is it. You're just like, the water.
I think if you die from anything, you're probably gonna have a.
See, this
bit
is
of
why
a-
I
Yeah.
also think drowning isn't the worst way to go, because I don't think you're going to be thinking, damn, this is it. The whole entire time you're drowning with your foot stuck underneath the water in a rapid, you're going to be like, and then eventually you're going to be like, huh.
yeah, that's true.
It's
I mean-
fucked up.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
So I'd love to go back. Now
Yeah.
that we're talking about it, not drowning, but to whitewater raft, that'd be awesome. They also had extreme zip line course. That was
That would be fun.
across the entire Royal Gorge.
That
was
wouldn't be
one. The entire fucking canyon. You fucking.
Wow.
zip
Oh,
lined
I've seen
across.
those. I've
Pretty
seen
Looney
photos of that.
Tunes.
Yeah,
Pretty
it is pretty
Tunes.
crazy. Cause you're just watching the rapids go below you.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty nuts.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
There's
But yeah, those are
the last one, like the boss fight extreme course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Zip line was. It's nothing crazy if you were in the Marines. It's fucking just light work, but just what's it called? Like propel down a wall.
Oh,
yeah, that
It's
was one of the
different,
last things.
But
Dude, that was so fucking shit.
what in
I bet.
Anticlimactic. Like the payoff for that, like the giant
Right.
fucking rappel tower, because
Right.
it's 90 feet
right?
Damn, dude.
at boot camp or something like that. Like
Right.
it's a fucking lot. Like
That's
it's
a lot.
yeah.
That's probably
Like,
The one I did was not that big.
yeah, so it's a lot, and there's technically three options. There's
Right.
the wall option where you're like fucking psyops, fucking like boo, boo, boo,
Yeah, that's the
down.
one we did, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the one called the hellhole,
Oh, Jesus.
What do you just
where
drop?
you jump across this opening and do 1, 2 across it to get centered in the hole, and then just go straight down.
Oh my god.
I had to do
What
that.
do you
one.
land in?
Just fucking dirt, or
Yeah.
not dirt. Like they have the like rubber bits like on a
Okay,
playground.
okay.
Oh yeah.
But
Um,
still.
But it's hilarious because like all these kids are freaking out from heights, and like you don't have an actual harness in boot camp. You make your own harness.
Oh, Jesus.
From a rope. They teach you how to tie up a harness.
Didn't make his
with
harness
a
good
rope.
enough. He would have been a good Marine at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. They look at it
He's
and
on the ground.
His
see they make fucked up jokes because
Sorry.
like your drill instructors look at it and they're like, okay, this and that, and then they get the final okay from the Marines that run the rappel tower, and they like say they fix a couple of guys, and they're like, clearly your drill instructor wanted you to die because
Right.
you would have fucking died with this.
Jesus.
And it'd be like,
What's
I didn't know. And then you like
That's
are
terrible.
waiting in line, and the guys
Thinking
are
about that.
asking like what happens, and like they show you all these things like if you're falling and you lose control, we'll do this to stop your fall and blah 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 and everything else, or to slow your fall. But then like people are asking, they're like, so what happens if it doesn't work? And they look at you and you're like, this rubber been here since I was a Marine. I've been a Marine for 17 years. You think 17-year-old rubber is going to stop your 90-foot drop? You're dying really quick.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
like
the thing, splat. The thing is, it would be. I feel like it would be fun to do that. Like I would be interested in trying that. That course. It'd be like neat, but not when people are telling me I'm
you
worthless.
just stand in line for 2.5 hours
Ugh.
looking at this 90-foot thing, and you're like, am I going to fuck this up? How good is this rope? Is
God,
the
dude,
knots
yeah.
coming loose
All the
while I'm
thoughts.
standing here and walking and this and that? And then you finally get up there, and these drill instructor, and he like literally this is the reason why I was completely okay and I had no issues. I was like, okay, this is it. And I was like, if I'm dying, I'm dying. But two guys before me, I was about to like bitch out and ask because I was going towards the hellhole and going straight down, and I was going to ask, can I please do the wall instead?
Yeah.
And two guys in front of me, some other kid asked the drill instructor
Uh-oh.
that was up there, can I please do the same exact thing I was going to ask?
You got to see that shit.
And
go
he
down.
was like, are you a bitch? Are you a pussy? Huh?
Yeah. Oh god.
Maybe you should just die so your mother can be happy. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to ask. And I was like, sweet, I'm just
Let's
doing
do
it.
it.
Just
Oh my
I
went,
got
God.
one
went down.
chosen for me.
Yeah.
Well,
It is terrifying. Obviously, though, not. I didn't do the one you did, but it's like it's a trippy thing. Even if you have no worries or you don't worry about heights at all, right? Even if you don't, it's still the trippiest thing because you literally just have to jump off a fucking building.
Yeah.
And hope the rope's going to catch you and force you to the wall, but then you got to catch yourself and jump off the wall again.
Yeah, like you
So
can
scary.
have absolute trust in every single thing, but then it's just the buildup. Like no matter how calm you are, 2-hour wait in line watching what you're about to do, you're like, all of the math goes through your head. Like
there's no way. Yeah.
me walking loosens this knot. Will it be too loose when I get there? How can I tighten it? They've done 60 guys on the same rope. Should they change out the rope? Or
Yeah.
is the rope fraying? How much is the tensile strength?
Just
this
nonstop.
and that. Blah, blah, blah. Is the guy that's supposed to slow me down getting tired because he slowed down 30 more guys? So now if I need to be slowed down, he's going to be too tired and just let the rope go.
And I'm guessing when you're in line, it's not like a real
Yeah, you
big
just-
conversating. You can't talk.
No, yeah. So you just keep on like
Thinking.
quietly like, fuck, this could happen. Or this
God.
could happen.
And I think just the propelling one I did was, it's really just the first 3 seconds of jumping off,
It's
and then the
nothing.
rope
Mhm.
catches you up, and
Yeah.
it's like okay,
Yeah.
I'm good. But it's like feels like
Whoa.
you're free falling to the fucking
Mhm.
center of the earth for 3
Oh,
seconds.
Yeah.
so scary.
And then you watch kids like damn near break their hands.
Yeah,
because it catches.
Well, how you control it, especially you need to watch how to control it in the hellhole, is like they line it up, and I'm sure it was kind of the same for Tanner, where you have your slack line, and you like angle it or do this to figure out your speed. Like if you do this, it takes a lot of friction and resistance to get through, so you go really slow. But if
Yep.
you do this, then it takes almost nothing, and then you're zipping down. So this is how you control it. so many dudes. You're supposed to let the rope feed slightly through your hands. You're also supposed to
Oh,
control the
jeez.
feed of the hands.
They
And
try
they're
to hold
They
on.
just
to
it.
they just grip it, and you instantly see their hands go.
Yeah.
and,
Oh.
like
man.
almost it's just like buckle up into the knot.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And then they let go, and that's when the fucking guy down below really needs to watch it, because now you let go of the rope and they're free falling and they're like,
Because they're
jeez.
like, oh no. Yeah.
yeah,
Fucking
I bet they
rubbers
get-
catching them.
I bet after when they get off, drill instructors are probably like, "You stupid fuck!" like
Yeah.
just. Oh,
well, it's at the very end, so like they're not really fucking belating you
okay. It's
too
not that
much.
bad.
Besides, like saying, yeah, maybe you should die so your mother can be happy.
Well,
Stuff like
Besides
that.
that.
let me bring up, because it's kind of same kind of topic.
Okay, last thing before the book.
Okay, last thing. I was talking to Mel about it. I watched that. You got to see it. Oh my god, that movie Jarhead.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen Jarhead? Or
No, I haven't seen it.
It's
You
so
watched
good.
it
Yeah, I watched
recently?
It.
is it on?
Yeah.
It's on Netflix right now.
It's on
isn't
Netflix. Yeah,
It
we
is.
could watch it again. I'd be so down. And the
Buy a new
most.
TV.
No, I'll watch on my tiny one. But my whatever. We'll talk about it.
Right.
I don't want to get. But the only reason I would say relatable is because I went to MEPS that one time. You know, I
Yep.
got to see that environment
Right.
of
Yeah,
which they
MEPS.
truly don't give a fuck about you. Like
Yeah.
and when in Jarhead, this
Let
guy
me guess,
walks.
the gunnery sergeant is like, it's full of retards. Maybe you can figure it out.
Yeah. He goes, "This platoon's full of retards. Maybe you can figure it out or help them out or something."
Yeah,
then
and he
was-
just keeps on staring, and he's like, maybe not.
Yeah, and he said, "I'm blah blah blah," and he was talking about his life or something, and he goes, "Yeah, whatever." And he's like, and they actually say that. They're just like, "Yeah, okay, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
They just tell you that, and you're just like, and it really makes you feel like, wow, you're like, damn, it's really me in this bitch. Like that's how it felt.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
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 you
For
probably had
me,
your
with my
experience.
deployment and whatnot, Jarhead, I think the mental state of like a peacetime deployment per se, but not a peacetime deployment. So like
Yeah.
because like for anyone that hasn't seen Jarhead, to not try to give not too much of a spoiler, there's not like an endless amount of action. Like it shows the lull time
Okay.
that precedes the action, the preparation up to action,
the action, yeah,
kind of thing.
I see.
it's very great. It's a great
Yeah.
story. It's got to be pretty
Yeah,
accurate.
and after all of the payoff, that bit of action that they get, the coming off of it and realization of it and everything else and whatnot. So there's so this movie really encompasses like the mental state
yeah,
of that, like the whole preparation of leading up. We're going to do something. We did something. Is that the thing that I was actually kind of preparing for? And is that the thing that I
Yeah.
thought I saw in my head was going to happen for all of these months? And then afterwards, like you deciding if that is or isn't what it was.
I
And
see what you mean. Yeah,
did it satisfy the lead up or not?
yep.
Like that mental gymnastics that you go through to keep yourself motivated, to keep yourself excited, to keep on dreaming about doing the thing you've
wanted
you're
to do.
busting your ass and getting hazed and training for, and definitely hazing
And then being done
for
you're
this
like,
event. And then an event happens and you can't really say if that's the event that you were actually training for or if it's an event that you didn't train for. And now you just have to continue to think with your thoughts.
I think I know what you're referring
Get through
to.
it.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're referring to, like with the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he didn't even shoot his gun, he was talking about that.
Well, we can segue because they talk
Yeah.
a lot about that in this book. Similar
Oh yeah,
stuff to that.
Yeah.
So we can get into the book because we're creeping up on an hour already.
oh okay.
So we'll finish off with the book
A
then.
little warm in here actually.
Is it getting warm? I tell you
Holy
what,
fuck.
brother. I got pants on.
It
I'm
is.
about to whip them off on cam. I tell you what. Show the Johnson for free.
Little Johnson.
All right. So it was 2 weeks since the last time we read. Right?
Yep.
Or we had
So-
2 weeks to read 2 chapters.
Ample amount of time for Dilly to know what he's going to say.
Exactly.
I forgot a lot of it. If I'm honest,
Well,
I read
did you read all of it?
about
Chapters 6 and 7?
Simple and plan and execute, I think was the other one. Or
It is prioritize and execute.
oh,
What page are you on?
186. I think.
Oh, Jesus.
Ahead.
You're way ahead.
Yeah, I just want to get it done.
What?
But it's
You got to read
It's
along.
That's
really
not how we're doing
You
it.
got to read along.
well. Yeah.
That's not how we're supposed to do it.
That's
All
not
right.
fun.
So summary of.
number one.
Please
Stop
summarize simple.
it. I don't remember any of it. I really don't.
So I think I read this chapter
Don't.
like the day after the last episode.
I don't have the book,
Well-
and I feel like I can.
Probably.
You want to look at it?
No. All right. So.
I have a lot of tabs, so
Okay, so we're gonna go with simple. Dilly, while I'm summarizing simple,
Oh,
gloss over the next chapter, and we'll see if you can summarize that one. Okay,
All right. 7. Chapter 7.
that does come after 6.
Don't be a smartass.
all right. Do you want
Yeah,
to
I'll
try to summarize?
Yeah. So
Simple. Okay.
simple. The military story was
Yeah,
Jocko Willink was the one that wrote it,
Right.
and it was talking about how there was another SEAL element or another military element coming in and was going to do some stuff with the forces that were already in Ramadi, Task
Right.
Force Bruiser, Jocko's. So they came in with their own Iraqi army element as well and everything else. And then there's commander, I think he was like a captain or something like that. They had to plan a presence patrol, which is exactly what it sounds like. You literally just patrol around, you walk around showing presence
Right.
and showing you are there, you are existing, you are able to do something. So Jocko, being there for a few months or whatever, knows, hey, this is a horrible location that we're going to do. It's almost 100% guaranteed we will be getting fired upon and you will have to return fire. So, like, the Presence Patrol is really going to turn into a protect yourself patrol kind of thing. This captain comes in, hasn't seen the action that is anything like Ramadi, so he thinks he's going to plan like this almost like a 1.5 kilometer thing, and Ramadi's designated up into different zones where it's like this army unit here controls this zone or this neighborhood, this Marine Corps unit controls this neighborhood, this army, and so on and so forth. And they all have their own like rules of engagement, so like when should they be shooting at the enemy, when they shouldn't, how they should conduct themselves, what is all the way down to different radio frequencies. So like they don't even talk to each other besides on certain like pre-designated general radio things probably, but for all the regular communication that you would have to do during a patrol, they have their own radio signals, so they don't hear every single neighborhood. They only hear theirs.
Yeah.
So it's different, basically a different city in every single zone. This guy wants to do 1.5 kilometer patrol, which is like technically you can, but then you have to get assistance and support and planning from every zone commander that you're going through, which is like 6 if you go that distance. Jocko, knowing that, hey, you're probably going to get fucking shot at instantly, let's just stay in this one zone, because if you have to plan out 6, that's like planning like you're going to invade a whole entire city. So like that's just too much planning. It's too much. It's not simple. And when you get overly complicated like that for the sake of doing more than needed, you're going to ask for problems.
Yeah.
So he convinces them, and he's like, okay. And the captain or whatever reluctantly agrees to stay in the zone. And it went from like 1.5 kilometers down to like 500 meters. So like 1.5 miles patrol into like maybe 5 football fields. So really tiny, short compared to what he was originally planning. And sends them off on their way. Jocko, knowing the situation and knowing like, hey, this is almost a guarantee, just for funsies, sets a timer on his watch to see how long it's going to take. It was 12 minutes. 12 minutes after they stepped off, they got shot at. And he's like, ta-da, I told you.
Dang.
So, and then the principal of the thing, they come back, everyone's okay. Well, no, some people I think died, and other people came to injuries and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Almost as expected in combat. But holistically, everyone came back.
Yeah.
And then you looked at them, and it's like, see, this is why you do simple. You don't do complicated. Because if you did complicated, almost all of you might be dead right now or still out there getting shot at. But because we kept it simple, we were able to get you back quickly and limit the amount of casualties to the bare minimum.
Right.
That's the military. The business story was, it was like this company, it was a production company or something like that. And the production company was confused because they rolled out this new bonus plan because I guess, like, from what it sounded like, the company lets the people that work in the factory build what they want to build. Like, they have like 6 products and they decide what they're going to build that day from those 6 products. So for the bonus pool, like, people would get like $600 one month and then $200 the next month, and they have no fucking flying fuck of a clue how they're getting the bonus this time or this time, but they know they got shorted this other time.
I see,
So they're like, what the fuck? So he goes to the CEOs, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll explain it. It's actually, but they open with, it's kind of complicated. And it's like, oh, we have weighted
really complicated
weighted values of this product. So like this most popular product has the biggest weight. So you get the biggest bonus if you do that. But it's also based off of demand. So if we have a giant order of this other one, then the weight of that one goes up. So then they should be doing that instead. But then also it's going to be based off of adjustments and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then there's this this growing scale. So and it turned into like 36 different ways to get down to the number of their bonus. And he's like, that's why. Basically, like, it's black magic. Like, however you, like, you getting your bonus is basically throwing dice because you have no fucking clue. Like, you're like, maybe. And so that's why no one gives a fuck about the bonuses. That's why the bonuses aren't helping production and this and that. So let's simplify it. And then they simplified it down to, like, instead of like 36 things to like 3 things. It's like weights, demand, and like product cost or some shit, like something. I don't know. Wow. And it and like the demand would update every week and it would be shown to the whole facility so everyone knows new weighted for each item and this and that. And then they saw production get a lot better. And what that also showed was people that were slackers, because now people were getting big ass bonuses, and then there's these couple other people that still got shit bonuses.
Right.
Not because they're stupid, but because they were slow and stupid and they couldn't keep up with everybody else. So now then they could ixnay out like 5 people, saving further cost for the company while continuing to keep up production, because now with this simplified bonus program, it was easier to identify faulty individuals.
Boom.
Perfect.
That's it.
Perfectly
That's
explained.
the chapter right there. Dilly, I'm going to do my key points, but I'll let you go first.
No, it's fine.
No, you got to go first.
I don't really remember much.
If I was able to summarize a whole entire chapter
without his book,
I just don't. That's really good. It all just sounds kind of the same to me until you get to the principle, and it sounds really brutal. But it's really it's just not. I don't know. I just can't grasp it. I don't know. It's like math.
You can't grasp it. Grasp. Trying to keep something simplistic.
Firmly grasp it. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I read it. I read it after. I read it a couple weeks ago, and I don't really.
I remember now. Right when I
really don't recall it.
Right when you said, like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And just so Tanner can find it.
Line up the eye.
Dilly Sports.
Bam.
All right.
Sports. Go, Dilly.
No sports.
All right. Sorry about that. My boot hit the cord and unplugged our fucking soundboard. So
yeah, our recorder got the plug.
I got booted.
I mean? So that is the first time in 89 episodes that has happened, which is kind of astonishing. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's a feat for us. And funny because your feet did the damage. So,
feet with the feet.
I'll line it up. There'll be about 5 seconds where we're just yelling at the camera with no
you gotta
sound,
zoom in or something.
which will be funny. But, but we're back. Dilly has no idea what this book is about at all. So I'll go ahead in my points.
You're good.
I really just highlighted like the Jocko was saying, right? Jocko was this chapter, right?
Yeah.
He said, like, while I appreciated his confidence, I knew it was hard for the lieutenant to fully grasp the complexities of the mission he was planning. when he had not executed missions in such a hostile environment. So when I was like, oh boy, it could be bad if he was going with this complex plan. And kind of like the purpose of the chapter is mainly like if it's complex to like the people that made the plan, they might fully understand it, right? 'Cause they made the plan.
Right.
But it being fully understood the whole way down is almost impossible, right? So that's the whole premise of the chapter. Keep it simple. More likely, 100% of your whole team is going to fully understand the plan and the objective, right?
Yep.
So that's the whole point of the story. But I saw that. What was this? Neither, for that matter, did everyone seemed pretty nonchalant about the patrol. I knew that contact with the enemy was highly likely, if not imminent. Sure enough, 12 minutes later it was. So while he like goes through the story, I think they do a really good job at really visualizing the stories. Man, I can see it clear as day. Like I can almost see it like I was there. Like I have the memory in my head.
Further explaining like why like even staying in one zone was dangerous. Like he was like, I had to sprint up to the top of the roof to get radio signal because all the buildings were blocking the radio signal. It's like, so that's him 400 meters away.
Right.
What would have happened if he was half a kilometer away?
True. Exactly. And with like how good the visualization of the stories is, it's like I can see them just shitting themselves, this fucking patrol unit.
Yeah.
Just absolutely shitting
Yeah,
bricks.
because like they were like, oh, they thought they have, but they haven't. And then like he talked about how they looked visibly shook and whatnot pretty much when they got back.
Right. And in the principle, I kind of highlighted this. It might have been my favorite line, the sentence in the whole entire chapter. It says, plans and orders must be communicated in a manner that is simple, clear, and concise.
Yep.
Pretty much. That's all you need to know, essentially.
Yeah, simple, stupid kind of thing.
Yep.
So, make it sound dumbed down. It's almost, but it's not. It's just fucking clear, right?
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much,
and
I might have one more.
Yeah, and I feel like this is like a helpful one. Like, obviously it shows in the business world and whatnot, so a successful business plan. If you keep it simple, then it's more, you can further see the horizon kind of thing. So it's easier to reach the horizon as well.
True. In this point, my last point is in the business section, and I thought this was really interesting. This might have been my favorite, like, kind of unique thing he said in this chapter. And he said the enemy gets a vote, which I thought was very interesting. And because when you're making a plan, you don't really think of that, right?
Yeah.
You're thinking of just getting the plan, executing the plan, done, right? Get the objective done, boom, mission completed, boom. Enemy's just not going to let you walk all over them, right? So anything could fucking happen, like the, military story and everything showed. So I thought that was really interesting because if you think of that when you're making a plan, the simpler you make it, the less of a vote the opponent can have.
And kind of to transition it out of like business per se, and I feel like this is a kind of a less of a motivational thing, like, hey, this is how you need to live your life to be a good person, but it is kind of that still, is to help you like alleviate stress and like look as unstressed as Dilly does right now. He looks like a fucking slug. And like an example of that is when I had to plan out and give my plan to go all the way from North Carolina to here with a trailer and whatnot. Yeah, thanks, Dill. That it was really supportive. You really included yourself in the conversation with the
All right, well,
all right. You're not drunk. Oh my god.
No, I'm not drunk. What the fuck? No, I'm just saying. No, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to include myself, but.
All right, so maybe you can include yourself in this conversation. So yeah, like I'm sure previous podcast, so if a long-time listener hears this, they might be able to hear the story of like how my truck was actively blowing up across the country to get here, and I had to replace a radiator in Nebraska and everything else, and it was god-awful.
Good memories, though. But
good memories. But
tough.
In that plan, I could have been super complex with every single bit of planning that I could have had, and like perfectly down to the T. Like, I will stop at this gas station around approximately this time. because my gas will, I am estimating, will go this amount and this and that and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. At the end of the day, we will be reaching this destination and blah, 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 and then
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And everything else. I will be conducting this and that and blah, blah, blah. And instead of that, I kind of lied, which everyone does, because they were like, you have to stop every so many hours and this and that. So I just found a pretend place to stop, like a Walmart or a rest stop or whatever. But the idea is kind of the same where, like, in my plan, in my own head, the real plan was like, okay, here's my route.
Yeah.
Daily destinations is this hotel in Nashville, and
Yeah.
then this hotel in Kansas City, and
Right.
this hotel in this place, and this hotel in this place, and then my mom's house in this place, and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. So, what I did was like, okay, I'm going to do that.
Mhm.
And then you just kind of do like rough math, and you're like, I'm probably going to have to fill up twice from here to there. So I'm going to stop, and I don't know how much it's going to take because I don't know the hills and this and that.
course.
I'm hauling a trailer. So I'm just going to say every single time my needle hits a quarter of a tank left, I'm going to stop for gas the next stop I have.
Right.
And I'm just going to do that so that way I can play it safe and not be stressed
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
Because the enemy has a choice, and the enemy is
gotta
my
vote.
truck in
Yeah.
that one.
It was.
It was in that
Yeah.
one. So it's like me stopping at every quarter of a tank and stopping a couple of the other times for like a lunch or something like that gave me an opportunity to look at my truck, see what's going on, let it cool down, this and that, see if there's anything I can do to mitigate the problems, this
Right.
and that, blah, blah, blah.
You weren't like stressed out
Yeah,
to
but
the
if-
T, making everything.
Yeah, but if I had a plan that was super complex, that I was like trying to meet all these super tiny little goals,
True.
and then things weren't going to happen, then that fucks up every other little goal I had after it.
Then you're like,
so now I have to, as I'm driving, I'm already freaking out because my truck's blowing up.
Right.
Now I have to freak out because it's like, what are my new goals? I don't know what's my new goal. What's this? And now, I was going to do this, but now I can't do that because I have to do this and this and that. And now it's going to put me behind here, and then this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Now I have no hair at the end of the trip.
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Kind of
that's
thing.
no
But
fun,
instead,
yeah.
it's like, all right, truck's blowing up, but I just have to get to Nashville.
Right.
I can sleep once I get there, and then after that, I'll figure it out.
Right.
And
it was fun. Like
I'll
that.
try
It was
my
cool.
best to stick with the every quarter tank stop. But if now a new goal is if the temperature now instead of the gas thing saying how much miles I have left, it's going to be my engine, my coolant temp. And the second that thing hits a certain temperature, I'm pulling over and I'm just stopping.
Yeah.
I remember him calling me. A little side note. I remember we'd every like few like hours or something or minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd call me, and you'd be like, I'd be like, "What's the temp at?" And a normal car run's supposed to be at like 210.
like 210 high,
Yeah.
but anywhere from like 195 to 210.
Exactly. Yep. And he goes, we're about like 240, 245 right now. And I'm like, that's hot for a car. Like, and dude, it baffled me that it lasted as long as it did. If
Yeah,
any other
because
car,
I got
really
it.
did.
I ripped it up to 256 going over the Appalachian Mountains.
and it's like,
and then I made it
holy
all the
shit.
way. Found out the fucking coolant was gumming up, and
Yeah.
made it all the way from Nashville to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, with a gummed up radiator.
How's it gum up?
They didn't do
summertime.
proper mixtures and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
adding different coolant,
Yeah.
something like
That's
that.
fucked.
You
Yeah,
take the oil
yeah.
change
Firestone on Camp Lejeune fucked me.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Anyway,
Fucking
They're
Firestone.
like, this will do, and then it turns into Jello. Yeah,
exactly.
That sounds
Yeah,
like a
so
problem.
with a gummed
Yeah.
up radiator, I made it all the way from the Appalachian Mountains to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, without replacing the radiator. And then I got all the way here with gummed up coolant still in my fucking heater core and shit.
Yeah.
And then I ran it like that for another year and a half before I finally got the heater core replaced and said,
Amazing.
you know what? I'm pushing my luck. I've put an
amazing.
extra 15,000 miles after I should have blown a head gasket.
right.
This bitch is going to pop.
Yeah.
I need to get it gone before summer hits because it will pop.
That's fucking
Thank God
awesome.
you don't have to deal with that no more.
Yeah, thank God.
So-
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways.
keeping it simple.
Yep.
Keep it simple. Simplify things. It's just going to be a lot better, I think. Dumbing it down, it's totally fine as long as everybody understands what the objective is. So,
Yep.
so that's chapter
6.
6. That's chapter 6. I like chapter 7 a lot.
Yeah.
Really like chapter 7. I could try to summarize it. I'm gonna fuck up like terminology and shit.
That's
so,
okay.
I don't know. It would probably be faster if you did it, which would probably be good because it's fucking heating up like a fucking
It's getting hot
sunball
in
in
here.
here. Jesus fuck.
I know.
All right.
I know it's leaf babbing, and they go on like I forget what I don't know the terminology, but
They're doing Overwatch.
Overwatch. They were
Yeah.
on like a roof.
Yeah, so he's a platoon leader for one of the sniper platoons. So they do
Motherfucker fell through the roof.
Overwatch for a
Ooh.
patrol, and they're like
You read it.
again. He kind of gets in the weeds. I don't quite remember the business one
That's
as
right.
well. I'll have to gloss that, but then
I
it
know.
will come back to me.
I started reading 8. I remember a little bit of chapter 8.
Okay.
This is chapter 7.
No, I just started read 8. That's what page I'm on.
Well, I know,
Okay.
but like,
I just don't remember 7.
what do you mean?
It's just
You read the book.
It fades away. Like
That's not how it's supposed to go.
but it's in my brain. I can't. Go ahead. Start now.
No, I just
Before I
remembered
go.
it. Okay. So they were doing Overwatch to look over patrols to help protect the patrols by pretty much sniping away enemy
Snip,
threats before they got to the patrol, so the patrol can go on their merry way. And they were concerned because there was like only one exit or whatever, and they were like, well, what if we put some guys in the next building over so that way they can watch the door to make sure no one puts an IED at the door. And they're like, that's going to spread us too thin. We're just going to have to live with the risk. So their EOD guys and bomb disposal guys take a pretty much picture perfect memorization and write notes, I'm sure, and probably took photos of areas around the door that they can see without opening the door. So that way when they would leave, they can notice anything that would be different.
Suspicious.
Yeah, different because that's the name of the game. Like I was saying before and all this, like trash. Like they might just be like, that trash wasn't there before. So
I see.
there's an
I see what
IED
you're
and
saying.
this and that. So they're doing their Overwatch, this and that, blah, blah, blah. They're shooting. So then literally after 5 shots, everyone knows in the whole entire city that this Overwatch platoon is in this building, but now they can't leave. So they're protecting themselves. They stay until nightfall.
But
And
they're
they're like, all right, time to dip out. They're really concerned. They look, sure enough, there's some trash, and they see a shimmer underneath the trash. There's 2 like 122 millimeter mortar heads.
Oh my God!
So enough to destroy
at the only exit,
3/4 of this house
Yeah.
in one pop.
that's
Yeah.
insane.
Um,
Oh, it's
and
terrifying.
at the one exit. So essentially, if I remember correct, I'll try to say they need to find a different exit.
Yep.
Right.
exactly.
And so they say, well, there's windows and balconies on 3 out of the 4 walls, but the 4th wall has nothing. We're just gonna bust through the motherfucker.
Yep.
So they just grab sledgehammers, which is so fucking
Badass. Yep.
so badass, but they do such a good job at making visualize. I could fucking see it in their in their gear and backpacks and shit.
Yeah.
Fucking going at this fucking concrete wall. That's that's fucking insane. To
That's
break
so
that,
sick.
Yep.
that takes
Like we need
they're
another
seals for a reason. So
need another route. Let's just break down this fucking wall.
just literally
Yeah.
break a hole through the wall.
So
They do that.
they do that. They get on the rooftop of pretty much like an adjacent building or like a secondary part of the building or whatever. So now they're like trying to figure out that. They're walking around and dude, sure as dick, thinks this like secure part of the edge of the roof is good enough to walk on. It's not. It's just a tarp.
Oh,
And
no.
he just goes whoop and drops like 25 feet
Oh God.
onto the hard ground on the side of the street.
Fucks them up.
And he's going, and they're like trying to yell down, and he's not responding. All they can hear is going, like, and it's like, well, yeah, he fell 25 feet. That's
Yeah.
probably gonna happen. So now he's looking around, and he's like, he's on a rooftop. There's other buildings that are taller than him
Oh no.
around him, so it's like people can shoot down at him. They're on a rooftop, so needless to say, there's no cover if people shoot down at him. There's a dude on the side of the street hollering in pain.
Yeah,
that's going to attract things, and if anything happens to him, we can't do anything to get to him. There's an IED down there, and these bomb ordnance guys, to make sure a kid playing soccer next to the house a week and a half from now doesn't
get
kick a soccer
decked.
ball and blow himself up.
Yeah.
So they need to
Hell of
blow.
a game,
So
man.
they rigged that thing to blow, and
Yeah.
it's on a 5-minute timer or whatever. So
Mhm.
they're like,
We gotta move.
so it's like fucking just like shooting in his face, like all of the problems all at once. So he was like, okay, we need to prioritize things. So he's like, okay, chain link, like metal bars with a chain on it. Okay,
You take care of that.
We need to get that, so because that's our exit. So we need to get that because without an exit, we can't do anything else. He started prioritizing just get off the roof, or he said set security. So that way, if
That
they
was
do,
first.
yeah. So if something happens, it's not going to be good, but at least they're like kind of in position to do something, kind of
Better than nothing. Yeah.
Next, do the best thing to get off the roof, so that way you're in a better position to set security. Open up that fucking gate. Opens up the fucking gate. Gets down. Gets away. Gets the dude, realizes he's fucked up, but he fell on his back, which his pack was on, and that broke pretty much almost all his fall, so it's almost minor injuries. He needs a little bit of help, but he's not dying.
I think they said like his arm got like slashed open or something. He had, like,
Something like
a huge
that.
laceration in his arm, but
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
He's
for
living.
Falling out.
Yeah.
25 feet. Yeah, and then they're
Didn't
like,
break
all
his
right, we
back.
need to get the fuck away because the bomb's popping. And sure enough, they get it just barely for enough way, and then boom, bomb pops.
Oh, that's that part that said. Wasn't there a part in the book that said literally boom?
Maybe.
I'll
Yes.
find it. Is that it said?
Yeah, there's like fucking 8 of those in this fucking
No,
book.
there's this one that goes boom. You know, it's a really long one.
Yes, it's
It's on that left
All right.
page.
that's the only thing Dilly remembers.
Nice.
Are you
Nice.
fucking
Good
kidding
job,
me?
Dylan.
My brain.
Are you
Nice,
fucking
Dilly.
kidding me?
And you guys make fun of me for
There
my
it is.
brain thinking of memes.
Yeah, boom. That's what it does. Sorry.
Thinking of memes. I'm thinking of books and memes. God, you
Yes,
suck.
let's get this.
All
Let's
right,
get
so
hot.
now, principle of it is you need to prioritize. You need to be attacking one issue at a time, essentially,
Yeah.
because you attack that one issue, and then that helps you attack the next issue, and then attacks the next issue, and then it
Rather than
snowballs. So that way it helps you in the end instead of fighting against yourself.
right, rather than going at every single problem all at once and doing it slowly. And
Right.
Not helping. What?
This is getting hot as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish up.
It's
We'll finish
fine.
up.
No, I don't mind, but it's
yeah.
just
So
funny.
then the business thing was talking to the CEO, and
Yep.
it was a dramatically expanding thing, and they were like, "We're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, and we're doing this. Our main thing that we've always been doing is this, and we're also expanding that." And he's like, "Wow, you have a lot of fucking things to do."
Yeah.
And they're like, "So what's the most?" And they're like, "But we're not like seeing the growth that we want to see. Like we're trying to like meet these goals and this and that and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Well, what's your most important thing?" It's like, "Well, this." And it's like, "Okay, stop allocating resources to this, and this, and give all of that to this." Because then once that's set up, you can basically ignore it because now it's just running as a functioning part instead of a setup.
Yeah.
Because it takes more to set up than it does to run something. So they're like, once it's running, then you can allocate resources to this, and then chip away, and then before you know it, you're actually going to do that. And sure enough, he meets all his goals and this and that. I think they might have even hit early or something like that, and like under budget and everything else and blah 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 and overproduction, because instead of doing this like thin spread out, like, oh god, there's like a million things and this and that, it's doing this, and this.
Yep.
That's the
I see.
summary.
Boom.
Principle: prioritize the most important. Go to the most important.
Start from there.
Execute.
After you do
Yep.
that, go to the next.
Boom. There you go.
Perfect.
This is a great
That's your
chapter. I liked it
explanation.
a lot. I'll quickly just go over what I tabbed up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Attack this one. As armed enemy fighters maneuvered through the streets to attack, SEAL snipers squeezed off round after round with deadly accuracy, confirming 10 enemy fighters killed and a handful of more probable kills. I don't know why I said that. All right, tab that, but maybe just because it's fucking badass how fast they can do that.
Yep.
Just like look over edge. Boom.
Blah, blah, blah.
10 guys. Okay. All right. Even the greatest battlefield leaders could not handle an array of challenges simultaneously without being overwhelmed. Okay. True. True that.
Yep.
I think they're really good together. These two chapters, very
Yeah.
similar.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar, but they go well together. If you're simple and you prioritize and execute the simple strategy,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
You'll be
Yep.
successful. So
Key takeaways, Dilly,
relax,
Or
look
did you
around,
just-
make a call.
or just boom?
Just boom.
Are you gonna leave it at boom?
Just boom for
Boom.
Dilly. That's it for Dilly.
No, I
Alright.
think it's.
Anything that it reminds you of? Any
Thing it can
further
help you with.
explanation to further dive
Man.
into the theory of prioritize and execute?
I think that's all I was gonna say. Just
All
the
right.
principle of it.
Just
really
boom.
Good.
All right. Boom. All right. So
But
I
yeah.
guess I'll pick up your slack.
That's fine. That's
So
fine.
yeah, it kind of reminded me of Dave Ramsey. Don't know if you guys know him.
Yep.
I know
I do.
Dilly only cares about Robert. So
No, Chef Ramsay.
yep. See, there you go. Yeah.
Dave Ramsey. What does he do? Is it money guy?
yes.
Yeah,
He's a financial guru.
He's on Mad Money, right? Is that what that's called? There's a show. There's Mad Money.
It might be
There's some
different.
show.
He has a podcast where people call in and ask for help, and he's like, "Okay, you do this.
We need to
this,
start
this."
talking about money too.
Yeah, we'll get back to that.
Yeah,
we'll get back to that.
well, I
You're
mean,
right.
if you try harder in the book, maybe we can get through the book faster and we can get back to money.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Well, go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So yeah, like he was. So it reminded me of his thing with financial things. So we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about money
But
now.
It's all productive though. Not saying just money, but go ahead.
You keep shitting on the book
Whoopsie.
Well, it's all
for no
productive.
reason.
Well, we're reading a book. That's productive, you know.
It is.
All
That's
right.
good,
So
Good
yeah,
book.
Even if it's not my favorite.
his attack to like get out of debt, because one of the most important things, according to Dave Ramsey, is to get to be debt free in today's
That's the
society.
guy I don't like.
Yep, because he makes you recognize you have problems.
No, go ahead. It's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, he like his thing, which is super contradictory because he's a mathematician or an accountant or whatever, and it's like this doesn't make sense, but it works. Is line up all your debts, pay off, and give everything you can to the smallest debt first to pay that off, and then go to the next biggest, and then the next biggest, and the next biggest.
That is pretty awesome.
Don't go from the biggest to the smallest, even though that makes sense in your head because higher interest rates, this and
Oh,
that,
you
so
wanna
you're
get
going
rid
to
of it.
accumulate more interest. But in all reality, you're gonna pay off your debts faster if you go little by little by little. So prioritizing and execute
Yeah.
reminded me of
Boom.
that.
Prioritize next.
And then just like how this kind of the slogan that I thought of for the simple chapter was keep it simple, stupid. Just like everyone else has heard. This one, prioritize, execute. I was kind of surprised because you hear it every 26 seconds at every other fucking briefing in the Marines is OODA loop.
OODA loop.
What is
Yeah. So
Same thing essentially.
exactly.
Okay.
So it was I think he was a Marine Corps
Is that his name?
aviator. No.
Oh.
He was some Marine Corps aviator, and he gave a name to a
Who
process
knows where he's from?
that everyone does. So, and like the Marine Corps talks about it, now I fucking cringe because I'm giving the same speech that I've heard a million times in every brief.
Yeah.
But it's
Look how far
literally
you've come.
what he's talking about, prioritize, execute,
Right.
is the OODA loop. OODA loop. So,
Okay.
you observe. and-
LOOP.
Yep, but the loop doesn't matter because
Gotcha.
it's a loop, and you'll see.
Got it.
So OODA loop is the same as prioritize and execute.
Okay.
So you observe.
Mhm.
You observe the situation,
Okay.
and you see what's going on. Okay, you're observing, and
There's
now
the O.
I can
Okay.
observe that it's hot
That's
in
what
this
my
fucking
brain
room.
did too.
Okay, you orient yourself into the situation. So he's using this as a fighter pilot's thing. He observes. He observes that there's a enemy plane over there. He orientates himself towards the enemy plane so he can do something.
Second O.
I am orientating myself towards that door because it's fucking hot in this room.
Facts. Hurry
And
up.
that's what I figured out from this observation. You
Right.
decide
That you're
what
gonna
you're
run through that glass
you
door.
decide what you're gonna do. The
That's
fighter
right.
pilot decides.
That was a D.
Got to shoot down that.
I gotta shoot
bogey.
it down, but also I'm low on
Ooh.
gas, so I'm gonna call it in. Have two other people that have more gas come do it, and I'm gonna go back to base, kind
Right.
of thing.
Well,
Or
flee like a
I'm
bitch.
gonna fucking shoot it because I have plenty of gas and I'm gonna do it. Or I'm gonna decide I need to fucking end this podcast as fast as possible so I can get out of this hot fucking room.
Exactly.
And then you act.
Mm.
You act.
Act.
So he's like, all right, I'm shooting the fucking plane. And he goes to shoot the plane. Me, I'm going to say, all right, that was the end of the podcast.
That's the end of the
That-
episode, baby.
That's great. And you know what? After you
guys so
act, you observe what happens after you act, and now the loop starts again. And there's the
okay.
loop.
OODA loop.
OODA loop.
OODA loop. So
Write that
keep
down.
it simple, stupid. OODA loop.
OODA
OODA
loop,
loop.
baby.
That's
OODA
cool.
loop.
That's very
Dave
cool.
So you're
Ramsey.
saying
Yeah.
you're surprised it wasn't in the book.
I am actually shocked. Like,
It's crazy that
you hear it ungodly amounts
maybe they
of
just didn't
times.
want to just like explain what it meant. Maybe I don't
And
know.
every single fucking staff sergeant and master sergeant every single time they say it, they think they're so profound and wise and great.
That's
and it's
funny.
like, motherfucker, it was in our book at boot camp. Literally, we learned this our 5th week
Right.
of Marine
So-
Corps.
We get
Like, we know
we're
what
done.
the fuck it is.
No, I know we're done about
We're done.
2 seconds. Usually it's me.
OODA loop.
I'll check out Dave Ramsey. I haven't done my own research with him, but I know he's the guy that's usually like, you want to be debt free completely, right? That's,
Yeah,
that's
which a
what
lot
you're
of
talking
people
about.
can
Okay.
disagree with, which
Yeah.
I
But I
disagree
agree.
with to a degree.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Because
Good
it's
debt.
like,
There's-
yeah, obviously it's like, I'm not going to have $275K to buy a HUD house fixer upper. So
Yeah.
it's like, of course I'm going to go into debt to buy the fix number so that way I can fix it up and make it good.
All right.
All right,
That's
sounds good.
episode 89.
OODA loop
OODA loop. Remember, OODA loop and coconut tree
wins at life.
wins it live.
I got the buy.
You got to buy the
Buy?
coconut, and you got the
All right.
coconut in the
See you
mouth.
next week, episode 90.
Cool.
Hopefully
Episode
we're
90.
not late
Hot as-
on the next one.
Read the chapters. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, over now, guys. It's
Peace,
hot.
y'all.
We're going.
Peace.